Welcome to AI Unraveled, your weekly briefing on the business of intelligence. I'm Anna.
And I'm Etienne. This week, we're tracking a potential earthquake from China, the copyright battle reaching a breaking point, and the uncomfortable truth about AI's power consumption.
Let's start with the earthquake. Etienne, the whispers around DeepSeek's new model are getting louder. What are we hearing about V4?
The rumors are staggering, Anna. They claim it's not just an incremental improvement. The leak suggests it performs GPT-5 and Claude 4 on coding benchmarks, which would be a monumental leap. The key is a technique they're calling Manifold-Constrained Hyper-Connections. Okay, break that down for us. Think of it like this. If building an AI model is like building a brain with Lego, current methods just stack more and more bricks, which requires immense resources. This new approach is about creating more intricate, efficient connections between the bricks. It's a way to build a much bigger, smarter brain with far fewer chips.
And the strategic implication here is massive. If a Chinese firm can achieve superior performance with less hardware, it completely bypasses the US chip export controls. It's a geopolitical checkmate in the AI race.
Precisely.
Now, let's turn to another existential threat, this time on the legal front. A new Stanford study found that leading models can reproduce copyrighted material, word for word. This feels like the end of the fair use argument.
Right. It strikes at the very heart of the industry's defense. For years, the line has been that these models learn concepts. They don't store data files. Technically, that's still true. They store mathematical weights, not text files.
But if those weights can perfectly reconstruct a Stephen King novel, the distinction doesn't matter in a courtroom. The financial risk for developers and the enterprises using their APIs is suddenly incalculable.
It becomes a question of liability at scale. And it leads directly to our next topic, the enormous scale of the resources involved. We saw Meta sign deals with two different nuclear power companies, Vistra and Oklo.
That's not a minor investment.
It's a reflection of a terrifying reality. Training and running these massive AI superclusters requires a staggering amount of energy, more than some small countries. The grid simply can't handle it, so they're going direct to the source.
This is a paradigm shift. Big tech is no longer just a software or hardware business. It's becoming a utility company. They're vertically integrating into the energy sector out of pure necessity. For executives, this means your cloud computing bill is increasingly an energy bill in disguise.
That's a powerful way to put it. And that integration of AI into physical infrastructure brings us to the workplace. Amazon is rolling out a new dashboard that tracks employee badge swipes, who they meet with, for how long, and how often they see their manager.
This is Taylorism for the 21st century. The notion of management by walking around is being replaced by management by dashboard. The ethical questions are enormous. It redefines the relationship between employer and employee as one of constant passive surveillance.
And from a technical standpoint, the amount of data generated is trivial for an AI to analyze. It can map social graphs, identify influencers and bottlenecks, and even predict attrition risk based on who is meeting with whom. The tools are already here.
That's a chilling thought. Okay, finally, let's end on a more forward-looking note. Etienne, the Confucius Code Agent made waves this week. What's the core concept we need to grasp?
The key takeaway is that the brain, the core foundation model, is becoming less important than the scaffold built around it. This includes the tools, the memory systems, and the reasoning frameworks that allow the model to act autonomously. Confucius isn't a bigger brain, it's a smarter robot with a better toolkit.
That makes sense.
Exactly. The value is shifting from model size to the sophistication of the agentic architecture.
And for developers and businesses, this is critical. It means the future isn't about paying for access to the largest model, but about building or licensing the most effective scaffolds. The entire software development lifecycle could be upended as we move from writing code to architecting autonomous agents.
It's a fundamental change in where the value lies. And that's all the time we have for this week.
Join us next time for more AI Unraveled.